Oh, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, St. Paul says. It is the power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first and then the Greek. I want to take this issue about to the Jew first because, during 2,000 years we have forgotten the Jewish people. That our roots come from the Jewish people. That we are the olive tree that has been grafted on. And I want to say that I will not say that Israel is always perfect. Of course she isn't. Especially if you go to Bethlehem and see what they've walled in the people in Bethlehem. But the gospel is to the Jew first and then to the Greek. It is to God's people first. And you know what? I want to tell you that we have not been good witnesses, and I'm going to tell you why. Because religion has become, what's the word? So organized that it's not good news anymore in many places. And you see, St. Paul tells us in his Roman writings about the Jewish people that the way he was going to whet their appetite for Jesus was to get them jealous. And that's a very interesting thing, to get people jealous of what we have. Let me ask you this question. If people saw you, would they be jealous of your brand of Christianity? If people saw me, would they want what I have? And I'm going to tell you, I'm very imperfect, but I know there are people that want what I have. And I'm going to tell you, on a scale of 1 to 10 in perfection, I'm 0.32. So I'm not talking about somebody that's got it all together. I'm talking about somebody that at least is living the message of Jesus. And more than the message, if the message is the Sermon on the Mount, okay, more than the message, it's the man on the Mount. Really, my life is to live with Jesus. Jesus in the morning, Jesus in the noontime, Jesus when the sun goes down. My life is Jesus. Now I'm going to tell you there's great room for improvement. That's for sure. But I'm going to tell you my life is Jesus. And He has marked me out. It has nothing to do with me. He has marked me out. And I wish I could be much more perfect, but I'm not. And so in being more perfect, I would attract more people to Jesus. But I won't tell you. I have attracted some. And I continue to attract some. What about you? Now there's much room for improvement for me. But if people saw you, would they be jealous of what you have? Or is it all a talk and not a walk? It's easy to talk the talk. You see, I can speak in Christianese, and it's easy to talk Christianese, okay? It's easy to talk Christianese, to use the language. I can use the language, and I've even learned how to use the language of the scholars, when I was in the seminary. I learned the language of theology. I learned it. It's easy to talk the talk. It is not easy to walk the walk. Because to walk the walk means to literally, I live no longer I, but Christ lives in me. Very inconvenient. It is very inconvenient, and I'm going to tell you. I know that because that's my life. My life is inconvenient. Totally inconvenient. I don't know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next. Just for instance, okay, yesterday I'll tell you what happened yesterday. Now this is just a little thing, okay? This is just a little thing. And you know what? I'm kind of delighted about it because I've learned to get delighted about it. So yesterday, I haven't made lasagna in so long, but yesterday I decided to do it, all right? I made this big pan of lasagna. It must have been 30 pounds, honest to Pete, with all the ricotta and the eggs and the cheese and the mozzarella and the noodles and all this kind of stuff and the sauce. It was really heavy. It was hard to get out of the oven. Okay, so we had that for dinner last night. I had a couple of guests and that was lovely. I came home last night. I'm not eating it because I'm on a doctor's regime. And I came home last night and I looked at the lasagna. Okinawa. Almost gone. And I had to smile. Like I had to smile. You know, someone asked me, you know, I'm hungry. Can I go in the house? I said, of course. You know, Okinawa. Now, I was kind of smiling, but saying, my Lord. Now, you know, another person would say, you know, I could have frozen that and used it for another meal. But you know what? Like, what do you do when someone says, I'm hungry? I haven't eaten all day. Go in the house, get yourself some lasagna. Okay, this is a small thing. Okay, this is a small thing, and it really doesn't amount to a pimple on an elephant. So I'm just saying, you know, inconvenience is what it's all about. You know, just you see, if you do the best you can, but inconvenience is what it's all about. Because you know what? Christianity is about a crucified Savior who died and rose from the dead. So inconvenience is what it's all about. It's not about convenience. You know, if you're living a Christian convenient lifestyle, I don't think you're living the message. And I don't think you're living the Man on the Mount. See, more than the message, it's the Man on the Mount. It's Jesus. It's not the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount comes from the Man on the Mount. So more than the message, it's the Man on the Mount. It's our love relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else. And you know, when you love Jesus, you see, then you know, as it says in the 54th chapter of Isaiah, you lengthen your tent pegs. You allow things to go on that, you know what, wouldn't necessarily go on in a life that's been, how you say, life goes A, B, C, D. I want to tell you, the Christian life is not A, B, C, D. I don't like these talks. I'll give you 6 easy lessons to be healed. A, B, C, D, and E. I don't believe that stuff anymore. I think that's a whole lot of garbage. My life and the Christian life is not A, B, C, D. It's more like A, B, M, J, Q, P, C. And it is inconvenient. You know? For the people who went to the abortion mill today, it was inconvenient. It was inconvenient for them to get up early in the morning. It was inconvenient. But if they're not there, then the women don't hear anything. They're the last voice. It's inconvenient. Totally inconvenient.